Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and Baro has come once again and on PCs on the La Runda Relay on Mercury. Now, the new item this time around is the Prisma Avia chestplate. Now, I'm not entirely sure about this one because while it does look really nice, I like the Prisma energy flowing through it on the end. It looks pretty much the same as the other two, so the Solstice one that we got around Christmas and the normal one. Following that, we have some spicy primed mods. So there is primed crown rounds for 165% bonus core damage on rifles, primed pressure point for 165% bonus damage on melee, and finally primed heated charge for 165% bonus heat damage on pistols. Next up are 3 out of the 4 slash-based event mods. So there is Buskill for 120% bonus slash damage on melee, as well as Sweeping Serration for shotguns and Maim for pistols. Then comes one of the most fun primaries in the game, the Superovando. I would highly recommend you give this one a shot because it has decent crit, very high status, and it has crazy fire rate with an insanely huge magazine. It's basically a minigun. Then after one of the most fun weapons you can buy from Baro comes one of the worst weapons you can buy from Baro, the Machete Wraith. And the reason why this one isn't so great is because it's outclassed by the vast majority of melee weapons and it's pretty expensive. Next on the menu, for the second time actually, we have the Cockist Cigar, which is just a small cosmetic accessory for your melee weapon that will sort of dangle off the handle or both handles if you're dual wielding, and it can be colored separately to the melee weapon. Following that, we have the Prisma Avia, which is a rather dinky looking Siandana. It's not the bulkiest thing in the world, but I have grown to like it more over the years. It does not look half bad, especially if you have your graphics quality up all the way. Then he also brought a full set of the Prisma Daryls armor, so we have the knee plate as well as the shoulder plate and the chest plate, and this is one of the best looking armor sets. It's old as dirt, it's one of the first armor sets that was added into the game, but it still looks really nice and I use pieces of it here and there. Then comes the Katyusha Kara, which is an accessory that goes into the emblem slot on your shoulders, and it's actually much easier to see in the preview window than in the game, but you can actually change the colors of it even though you can't in the preview window by simply changing your energy color. Then he once again brought the Ark Out Display, which is just a decoration for your landing craft, as well as the Odonata Elixir skin, which looks absolutely fabulous. Now, I know I say this every time, but I really am a massive fan of the Elixir skin, and it looks so good on the Odonata. There is so much detail, and it fits it really well. It's an amazing looking skin. And we are slowly nearing the end with the Noga statue of Excalibur with Odonata, which is exactly what you would expect. It's a Noga statue of the Excalibur with the Odonata as well as the Imperator. Then after the Nogo, we have a full set of the Chabad Sentinel armor, so we have the mask as well as the wings and the tail, and while I'm not the biggest fan of the wings, I think they look pretty derpy. I absolutely love the mask and the tail, and I use them on pretty much every Sentinel. And the final item on the menu is as always the Sons of Inaros questline blueprint, which is the item you need if you want to get the Inaros Warframe. Now, my recommendation this time around is pretty straightforward, just get all 3 of the primed mods because they're all really good. Primed crown rounds is especially awesome for big scale boss fights, so all 3 of the Eidolons in the plains as well as both of the spiders in Orb Valleys. Primed pressure point is, well, primed pressure point, and it takes melee weapons, something that's already pretty strong and makes them even more ridiculous, and primed heated charge is usable on nearly every secondary. There are some secondary weapons where you don't want to use it, but most of the time if you slap it on, it's gonna make the weapon better. And then I would once again highly recommend the Superovando because it's very strong and it's a ton of fun. And I suppose if you're not into Tridalon runs, you could pick up the slash-based event mods, especially the one for melee weapons, which is really strong. And the reason for that is that all 3 of these can drop from the Hydro list. And everything else is pretty much just cosmetics, but then again, this is just my personal recommendation, so if you want to go for the swag and cosmetics first, maybe even buy Machete Wraith, go right ahead. And that's pretty much it for Baro this week, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you on Tuesday because of Easter, alright? Bye bye!